Another Swing Tips Live here at Precision Golf. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm a little bit late, my apologies, I'm just getting myself set up here and I didn't want to not join at 12 o'clock. Wouldn't want you thinking that I'd abandoned you. So I'm just a fraction behind here, just going to get my laptop fired up here so I can stream the feed onto my big plasma so I can answer all of your questions about all of your golf swing needs. Got young Barnabas in the house. He's just going to run the show just from the start. So let me know where you are tuning in from. Obviously, I'm going to be here for the next hour answering all of your golf swing needs. Super important that I keep connecting with you guys because I really want to answer your questions if you have anything on any of my content, because that's super important to me. I don't want you getting confused. I don't want you not reaping the benefits of playing great golf that hopefully my content delivers. So keep here for the next hour and we'll be able to see you right. Got all of my gadgets, all of my swing aids, all here to help us. So I'm just getting my laptop fired up, just in case we have any questions coming in that I can't see. Not as yet, got a few of you joining in. So please do stay here for the entirety. Barnabas, come over here, my little poppet. Sit yourself down. Sit down for me. Come on, sit down. Good boy. Good boy. Lovely stuff. Take the obligatory watch off. Don't want to hit shots in my watch. Not very good for it. So we're usual 7-iron, just loosening up, getting a few. Oh! Swings under the belt. That was not very nice. That was a little bit on the stiff side. A bit fat and left. Got a video coming out today, 3 p.m. It is all about the over-the-top move and how the world has got it wrong for so long. Why won't my laptop switch on here? Come on. I want to make sure I've got video stream so I can answer your questions. Welcome along. Welcome along, everyone, to the show. Hopefully we'll get a bit of power in my laptop very shortly. Very unprofessional, very unprepared for this live. My apologies, my apologies. Let me sort this out here, because otherwise I can't see anything that's going on. Can't see anything that's going on. And that's crucial. There we go. That'll be loading up shortly. So just while that all gets going, I'll waffle on, hit a few shots, hopefully better than the first two that I've just hit. "12 o'clock here in the UK. Pretty nice day outside. Bit chilly, but very nice. The Tuesdays are my content days where I get my editing done and all my skill list done, staying on top of an ever-evolving world of media for me and good golf coaching. Thank you for all of your support. It means the world to me. Oh, come on, laptop, I don't know what's going on here, why this is not firing up. Very strange. Very strange. Very frustrating as well, obviously. Let me try a different cable. So what I do is I stream my stream my iPhone to my laptop, and then I plug my laptop into my screen in front of me here, and that brings up all of your questions. Brings up all of your questions onto my screen. So we've got a question in from the Juiceman54. Hello, this is Oliver from Dallas. Hey, Oliver. Oh, you've retracted your comment. Don't retract it. Come back. Come back. Ask your question. I'm going to be here for the next hour, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Going to be with you, answering all your questions when I can get my laptop fired up, which will happen. It's just playing dumb at the moment. Why isn't it charging? Let me change plug. Oh dear. Oh dear, everyone. This is very unprofessional. Sorry about this. If you can bear with me. Not good at all. Not good at all. Let's see if we've got any questions coming in while I do that. Speed. What do you want to know about speed? Sarah's Test Automation said hi. Hi. How are you? Ah, here we go. Laptop's up and running. We are off. We are off. We are off. Let's take it off over there. Put that up over here, plug it in. That's okay. Okay, we're off and running now, folks. We're off and running. There we go. There we go. We're good to go now. We're good to go. I can see all of your questions. I can see all of your questions. Small technical error to start the show. Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry about that. But all fixed now, and we can continue the live stream as usual. You're in Hertfordshire. Welcome, welcome. Test automation. I played 2 rounds of par 3 this morning and shot level par. Well done, you, my friend. The question is, why can I only hit a 9-9 130 yards? Well, that's quite a long way, 130 yards for a 9-9. How far do you want to hit your 9-9? Just need more speed if you're hitting it straight. A. Baker, Utah. Hey, Mr. Baker, what's your first name? A. Baker. You say nice things about my channel all the time. It's always nice to address the community with their first names. That's the only trouble with these handles, isn't it? We all think about putting a handle up and we can't get our name, and so don't get to know who you are. Anson. Hey, Anson. Thanks so much for your kind comments and being a member of the channel. I believe you're a member of the channel. You saw my video that's coming out at 3 o'clock today, and you commented on that this morning, so thank you so much for that. How do you pull the club down from the top? Well, you pull the golf club forwards, and if you watch my video that's about to come out at 3 o'clock today, you'll recognize that the grip needs to move forwards, because when that grip moves forwards, it allows you to unravel your body, and then you get the downward pressure on the golf club down through strike that lines the face up, the path up, and gives you that angle of attack. Check out my video today on that, but a really great one is using the broom. When you see how the grip needs to move down as late as possible in a downswing, when the grip moves down as late as possible and not as early as possible as it's been advised. If it moves down early, it's going to move up and out late, which you can see from the broom head points the face a long way to the right. If you move the grip out early and then down late, look how it lines the face up compared to the grip down early and out late. It makes the face super open. That's why you want to move that grip forwards. Test automation, easiest way to get more speed, please. Is it hip rotation? Well, hip rotation is seen as using your hips. This, unfortunately, that's not speed. What creates hip rotation is leg length. If I stand dead straight here in my posture and I just make my right leg long, look how it opens my hips up. If I make my center of my pelvis stay in the same spot. So I keep my center of my pelvis in the same spot and I push my right leg long, look how it opens my hip up. If I push my right leg long and I allow my hips to move sideways, they will open up, but they won't open up as much. So if you push your right leg long, it opens your hip up. If you make your left leg long, it'll open your hip up. Then you add to that lengthening of the leg a pull direction of the golf club. All of a sudden, leg length and the pull direction of the golf club opens hips up down through strike. If you go check out my broom series and if you check out all of my leg action videos, that will help you. The juice man, understanding your pull forward even though it doesn't look like it. Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't look like it, but it's certainly happening. I promise you that. Because when the grip, just look where that grip is now. When I now move the golf club, is the grip more forwards than it was? The grip was here and the grip is now here. Has that grip moved forwards? Yes, it has. Has it moved as far forwards as it's moved down? Yes, it has. But the world over is only interested in moving it down because they believe that moving it forwards is a bad thing, which is garbage. Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Ulrich, test automation, you're welcome. You're welcome. Old school, great stuff from the #1 coach again. You're super welcome, old school, kind words. What's your first name, old school? You comment quite a bit. Jeff, please talk about hitting wedges lower. Mine keep ballooning up. So if they're ballooning up, you're just adding too much dynamic loft. Angle of attack is ultimately going to be the ingredient that causes you to create a lower ball flight with a wedge. If a wedge is ballooning up, so often people will have the ball too far back, which makes them sit back and fan the face open. To hit a lower wedge, move the ball more forwards in your stance. You could even go as far forwards as your left heel and get the feeling that your chest is starting to move more forwards, keeping both feet flat, which is exactly what I've just done on that shot. Look at the angle of attack. When it gets it, it'll come up in a moment. TrackMan's been doing this a little bit since this new update. You can see I've hit down at that 9 degrees and that wedge has come out low. So by getting the ball further forwards in your stance, you can actually start to feel like you get that right shoulder a bit more on top of your left leg, Jeff. Hope that helps. Test automation, thank you. You're super welcome, my friend. Ulrich, hi Stuart. Thank you for your dedication and the great content. Really appreciate that, Ulrich. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for making a purchase on my store most recently. There is a training aid out there, Precision Impact, that holds your right hand cupped through impact. Is the right hand swinging through to flexion or better staying cupped? Garbage training aid. If your right hand is staying cupped through impact, it means that your lead hand will be bowing through impact. G-A-R-B-A-G-E. Don't get anywhere near it, would be my advice to you. Hit a nice little wedge here for Jeff, little push forwards one. Keeping a bit more pressure on the grip, getting it pushed forwards. Then what we'll do is we'll take all of the angle of attack away. We'll let that swing moment occur, get a little bit more angle of attack, or should I say less angle of attack, let the club swing a bit more. Now you're down at 2.4. Then we'll increase the angle of attack again. Get that ball pushing in lower. Now we're back down at 8 degrees. There's nothing magical about this stuff, folks. It's all about understanding the mechanics and the way we move around the golf ball. The way we move around the golf ball. The golf ball is in front of us. We need to move around it to the right, and then we move around it to the left. And how we negotiate these levers is going to ultimately square up the club face. So in the same way, we can then hit a super low 7-iron with loads of angle of attack, 6 degrees down. We can even go a little bit more than that. We can go a little bit more than that. A bit open with the face on that one, unfortunately, but nicely down on it, 7.6. And then in the same way, we can take all of that angle of attack away, get a nicely high flighted 7-iron, get one a bit more launched, take the angle of attack away, and up she goes. So it's just changing the energy through the grip, energy through the legs. The more energy through the legs that you have, the more you can make your right shoulder move quickly, which allows you to keep pressure down on the golf club, which allows you to encourage more angle of attack. More angle of attack because I've got my leg length encouraging that rotation and that pull that allows you to get that pressure down on the golf club. That then creates that stronger angle of attack. I don't quite accelerate the leg as much. I don't quite accelerate the grip pull so much, which will then allow me to feel like I can unload the golf club a little bit more, which all of a sudden takes away the angle of attack and then gives me more flight. And when you're then doing that, when you're working that lever system, the more that you pull on that golf club, the more that the lead wrist, as it gets pulled, will start to change shape. It's still got cup in it, but as it gets pulled more, you'll see less kink. Don't need to worry about that because the grip takes care of that, and it lines the face up. As you pull less, push less, swing more, the club swings, the kink stays there, and the face stays straight with more loft. So when I pull it a bit longer, use my leg a little bit harder, there's the angle of attack that's increasing, 6.8, but I hit it straight, compared to when I now don't push as hard, pull as hard, but I swing more, all of a sudden I take the angle of attack away and I get more ball flight. Hope that makes sense of the energy that we need to manage in a golf swing rather than seeing it as just one size fits all. This is a consistent state of flux a golf swing is in. Hope that all makes sense. Ulrich, super, thank you, you're super welcome. Is there a ball position difference at address for fade versus a draw? No, not at all. Not at all. Keep it exactly the same. All you need to do is just change your face to path value, and you can do that in a number of ways, and we'll talk about that. All the ball position does is it just gives you an opportunity to, if you did exactly the same thing, it would have an opportunity to either increase or decrease your angle of attack. But as I just demonstrated, you can change that whenever you want if you know what the mechanics are and how you use them. So it's not about just where do I need to put the ball? Well, it depends on the shot that you want to play. You know, if you drive a car in the wet, you'd rather have wet tyres. If you drive it in heat only, you'd rather have slick tyres. You know, in the wet, you drive a bit slower. In the dry, you can drive a bit faster. That's only because you've got tread on the tyres. We're thinking that this game needs to be, I can only have my ball position there. I can only have my club face like that. Just depends on the shot that you're trying to hit. So this, when you start to recognize and feel that the golf swing, it's just like the short game. You know, when you get into a bunker, in a short game area, you have any number of ways to play a shot. Yet when we come to hitting draws and fades, highs and lows, we're not locked into one particular way. As long as you recognize what needs to happen, you need to de-loft the golf club to hit a low shot. That is it. That's all you need to do. Now, when you do that, the implications can be that the face either opens up or the path shifts. If you're trying to hit a fade, what can happen is that you reduce your angle of attack and you increase too much dynamic loft. When you hit a draw, it's easy to have too little loft and have too much of an angle of attack, because that's how historically people have played a fade and a draw, by moving it back and shutting the face down and holding it off, as opposed to, if you close the face, grip your golf club, move it back to straight, aim to the right and just make your usual swing, the golf ball will draw back. If you open the face, grip the club, move the face back to straight, aim to the left, make your usual swing, and the golf ball will fade back. All you're doing is presetting how your grip feels on the golf club, and then making a swing. And then because you want to hit a fade, you'd want to aim more left, wouldn't you? If you want to hit a draw, you would want to aim more right. That's it. It's that simple. We get so caught up in the fact that this is just a tricky golf swing. It's really not. We just need to get a bit more of an appreciation of how we move around a golf ball using our legs, how the legs need to trade off the energy through the grip. And then once you do that, the rest is easy. Someone once said, if you can't explain a complex move to a 12-year-old, you haven't got it mastered. When you watch a lot of content, so complicated. It's so, layering on tidbits. You should be able to quantify exactly how to play golf. Grip it right. Well, if you said to 100 golf coaches, what's a good grip? You'd get a different answer. My golf grip is based on opposing the energy this club is pulling to the earth's core and trying to push the grip up. And that's based around the press up on the grip. And when you put a press up on the grip, you have the best possible chance to stop the grip working up. That's the lead hand's job. The trail hand's job is to make sure that this right arm starts to fold appropriately and allows you to get some flexion in your arm and allows you to maintain the shape of your lead wrist. When that happens with the grip, that's the club face sorted. How do we rotate around the golf ball? You rotate around the golf ball by using your legs. Now, when your legs are working properly, you need to make sure that your top half is not being just pushed out the way. And that's why grip pressure plays off of foot pressure. When you get those two things working, you'll rotate in your backswing and you'll rotate in your through swing. Once you get grip pressure and foot pressure working together, the only thing you then need to work out is the swing moment down at the bottom. When that swing moment occurs down at the bottom, it's a state of flux from whether you're hitting a wedge to a driver. But the constant is when it unloads, the palm of the lead hand stays to the floor. That's it. It's the golf swing. Simple. Pull legend. What a handle that is. Hi. Once you understand the basics in golf, the game is simple. You are right too, dude. Thank you. Appreciate that. Pull. The game starts from down up. It starts with the grip first, and then it starts with the feet up. Absolutely. You've got to think about it as the top of the kinetic chain, my hands, and the bottom of the kinetic chain, my feet. And when you get those two talking to each other, the middle, your belt line, will start to rotate and move quickly. Square hat. Hi all. Hey, Square Hat, what's your name? Where are you checking in from? Thank you all for being here. And I like to hear hi all. That's like a good feeling of community. I've got a few mediums. I've got a WhatsApp chat channel where it's read only. I talk about what's coming up and share, do a little bit of a tip sometime on a Friday to give people into the weekend. Need to get a bit more on top of that. So go and check over there. That's free to join. Obviously, it's read only as well. I'm going to try and start up a Discord channel where I can actually converse with my community. I've got a podcast where it's all of the audio of my videos that are uploaded. That gives you a chance to listen to it in the car or wherever you're listening to your podcasts. I'm also on Facebook, Good Golf Coaching. Go check that out. TikTok, and obviously Instagram. Trying to give you the best possible chance to check out all of my content and give you the best possible chance to improve your golf. Going to get the broom out. Super important, the broom. I always swing this on a daily basis, absolutely daily basis, and it's getting me better every day in my pursuit to play on the Seniors Tour, which will be a big part of the channel's content in 2026, on top of all of the golf tips. I'm also going to be putting together some I'm doing some educational seminars over in, ironically, Slovakia, Royal Bays. It's an indoor golf facility. I'm going to be doing some seminars over there, educating some golf coaches, and I might even think about doing some seminars for amateur golfers. Let me know if that interests. Paul is from Iceland. Short golf season, yeah, for sure, and only simulator golf for big part of the year. Oh, Pal. Sorry, not Paul. Pal. There was a Paul just a second ago. Pal, yeah. So you're my. I've seen lots of interaction with yourself. It's nice to hear from you. G. Douglas, hi. When I try to swing hard with driver, I usually end up in reverse spine angle at the top. Any tips to stop that? Absolutely. So a good way to offset that is to let me take the camera on a walkabout. There's Barney there having a little sleep. Take the camera on a little walkabout, and I will help you with this. So. The Swiss ball is a great tool because it really offers up a good opportunity to feel how your right leg rotates your right hip on the way back, and then your left hip rotates your hip on the way through. Now in a backswing, you're looking for pressure on the grip to offset that leg length. So you can see that when I use my leg length to roll the Swiss ball and not just use my hips, as I use my right foot to lengthen my right leg, I use my TheraBand to push the grip pressure across against that pressure. So there's the grip pressure, and there's the leg length pressure. When you place those two pressures against each other, look at the shape that I put into my spine. So that drill is a great way for you being able to encourage that better shape with your spine at the top of the backswing with driver. Unfortunately, when you are tapping into lots of speed, it's easy for golfers to start to change and corrupt their movement. A lot of that comes from, just straighten that camera up. A lot of that comes from when a golfer can't feel energy at strike. When you can feel energy at strike, and that energy comes from that swing moment, you feel like you get a bigger bang for your buck. So this swing moment down at the bottom that most people don't feel with driver, they put in extra energy and effort at the top. So a top of backswing spot that isn't quite to your liking can often be a cause from how you're using the energy down through strike. So just be conscious of that. Paul, your dog is cute. He's super cute. He's super cute. Come here, Barney. Come here. Come here. Come and say hello to everyone. Come and sit for me. Come and sit for me. Come and sit. Come and sit. Good boy. Yes, he's super cute. He's massively into his agility. He's massively into his agility. Laura, my wife, and him, they train a couple of times a week, don't you, Barney? He loves it, really loves it. And he's always here. Well, he's not always here with me. He's here on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I bring him into work. And then he's at home with my wife the rest of the week. And then obviously stuff that we do at weekends. But yeah, he's really cool to have around. Square chat, I would be interested in seminars for amateurs. Fantastic. I'm going to pop a little post up and all of the contact information for people to get involved with that. My email address is scartwrightgolf@gmail.com. You can reach out to me there. There he is. So that's something that I'm really keen to do. It's a really, really fantastic indoor 10-bay golf simulator suite in Slovakia. It's really, really good. G. Douglas, thanks Stuart, agreed about speed causing issues. I chased speed during COVID and managed to get driver to 130. Oh wow, club head speed to 130, fantastic, great job. But strike was awful with a 100-yard two-way miss, yeah. It all seems a great idea to get a load of speed on board, but if you suddenly can't find the golf course, let alone the county, it can be a bit of a poison chalice. Let's hit some more shots. Come on, Barney, get yourself over there. Come and sit down. Sit down for me. Sit down. Go on. Sit down. You know what sit down means? Sit down. Good boy. I put my hand in my pocket and he thinks he's getting a TREAT. All right. So that's my pressure through my grip. Pushed off with my leg. Pull and swing. The Juice Man, any States visit in the future for golf seminars? Do you know what? I have tried so hard to try and set up a venue for putting on some clinics and seminars in the US. Feels impossible. Golf clubs are not interested in me coming over and doing my thing, unfortunately, as much as they would get a lot of exposure with it. If you are in the US, if you're in Canada, basically if you're in any part of the world and you've got a situation where you would host me, I would be very happy to come over and do some seminars, clinics, all that kind of thing. Wolf 5150, good morning from Hot Springs, Arkansas, USA. Daily ritual watching you and using the TheraBands and morning coffee. Great stuff. Oh, that's so cool to hear. Thank you so much for that. I'm glad it's keeping you engaged over in Arkansas. Great to have you with me. Just brushing a few 7-irons away here. Getting it all lined up best I can. If you're watching, love for you to double tap the screen. It puts a little like up on the stream and it helps the stream grow. So if you could all be super kind and do that for me, that would really help. My goal is to well, it was to get to 50K subscribers by the end of 2025, but doesn't look like I'm going to get to that point, which is a bit of a shame, but there we go, that's all good. But certainly the goal is to get to 100 by the end of 2026. So stand by for more content. Going to get out on the golf course, give you some short game stuff, put people in a good place with their short game now that we've got a lot of people understanding what we need you to do with your golf swing. So this little gadget here helps me get my right foot pushing in my backswing. And then as I pull on the club and I get that push off, the skate comes back in through strike so I can release the right side of my golf swing, which is crucial. Just brush a few away from here. So you can see in my backswing, with that skate sliding out to the left here, you can see how I'm using my right foot to push energy in that direction as I make a backswing here, which then loads the energy over here. Then as I pull the club, that skate comes back in and then allows my right side to accelerate. What I see so often is I see a push off to the right, which then means if you have a push off to the right away from the target in your backswing, you can see I'd be able to get the skate moving out to begin with, but what I wouldn't be able to do is keep it out at the top of my backswing. Then what happens, I see people load their left side at impact, and now their left side's in the way, and that's why you get chicken wing and all that garbage. That's one gadget not in your shop. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't make these anymore. A guy called Steve Bann in Australia and Vern McMillan. It's a great bit of kit. And, you know, when the time's right, I'll endeavour to do something about that and create something along the same lines. It's basically a Pilates reformer board, but Nicholas, Iceland, the most honestly named country in the world. Yeah, you're absolutely. Paul, steep. What's steep? What's steep? Sounds like you're a golf coach, Paul. What's steep? Any good drills to help weight shift and turn with the irons. Exactly what I just spoke of. So weight shift, if you haven't got a leaderboard, get these wedges. They can be found on my shop. Get a wedge underneath your right foot sloping towards the target if you're a right-handed golfer. Use the wedge to push off, and then use the TheraBand. Then use the TheraBand to push against it. Now, as I come back down, as I pull on the club, because I've now loaded my lead side, as I pull on the club, I push back in the opposite direction. And that's the weight transfer. That's how it works in a golf swing, from right to left. From heel to toe, it works more along the lines of wedges in this direction. So as I make a backswing, the energy wants to go up the wedge of the right foot, up the wedge of the left foot, then on the way down, the weight goes down the wedge, which helps me rotate. So that's how weight transfer works from left foot to right foot, heel to toe. Backswing, I'm not, but I'm a scratch golfer. Backswing, I'm not. Oh, you're not steep. Backswing, I'm not. Backswing, I'm not steep, but I am a scratch golfer. Backswing, I'm not. Backswing, I'm not. Backswing, I'm not steep. Is that what you mean by that, Paul? Anyway, hope that helps with the weight transfer and understanding how that will create speed. Come on. Nicholas, interested in your power video released last week. Thoughts on obtained the speed from the wrists and still retaining good club control. Thoughts on obtained the speed. You have to explain that one again. Edit that, Nicholas. Don't understand what you're saying. Sorry, your backswing is a little bit steep. Sorry, dude. No, backswing's not steep, pal. Not sure what you're referring to, but no steepness in my backswing, my friend. And anyway, even if my backswing was steep, even if it was steep, I can still hit it very straight. And even if it was super flat, I can still hit it pretty straight. So steepness is just a matter of knowing how to deal with it. Anyway, there you go. So, interested in your power video released last week. Thoughts on obtaining the speed from the wrists and still retaining the good club control? Well, have a good grip. If you've got a good grip and you know how to unload the wrist angle, which is forearm rotation, keeping the palm down, that creates the swing. But that swing there is only forearm rotation. What I'm doing here is forearm rotation. It's got nothing to do with wrists. Wrists is that move. How does that create speed to the same level as that? That's forearm rotation. That's why I did that drill. Wrists compared to forearm rotation. Forearm rotation is absolutely essential to create speed. Wrist angle, there's an element of speed that it creates, of course, but not as much as forearm rotation. Hope that helps. G. Douglas, hi, the link in the description for in-person coaching isn't working. So I just quickly did that on, I uploaded that. I'll get that for you. If you go to precisiongolf.co.uk, you can find my coaching diary link right there. Square hat, probably not a coach. No, probably not a coach. Paul, dude, yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, the world is full of scratch golfers and people that have watched a few YouTube videos and think they've got the golf swing worked out because they then go into their back garden and they apply it and then that's it. No, not being disparaging towards those people, but there's one thing potentially understanding some videos and there's another thing knowing what you're seeing and how to adjust it and all of the network of ingredients that go into hitting good shots. The Juice Man, that practice swing you just did, I noticed straight back, then lift and turn. I started doing this and it helped with consistency, absolutely. You know, the grip, all the grip is doing is lifting. When you make that arm lift occur and drop, will dictate whether the club stays outside your grip, then lays more towards the left of the target, then stays shallow and then lines itself back up. When you lift the grip, it will change everything about the set, the pitch, where you pull, where the pressure occurs, how it trades off your feet, how much rotation you get. I have lost sound. Anyone else? Anyone else? No, sound is still working. I can see it on my audio feed there. I believe it's still working. Might be just your end. No, it's definitely still working, the audio. Still working for me. Yeah, great stuff. Thanks for confirming that, G. Douglas. Hope that all makes sense. And thanks for everyone for stopping by and watching today. It's nice to have you all along. Don't forget to check out all of my various mediums. You can always get in contact with me, by comments on my YouTube channel. I always answer all of those. You can hit me up on Facebook, Messenger. You can speak to me there. You can find me on Skillist. That's where I do my remote coaching, various opportunities to either go from the smallest package that I offer, which is just a full swing analysis, which will give you an opportunity for me to share my thoughts and send you in the right direction of what to work on. And then the other thing, or to the most full offering on Skillist, is an unlimited subscription. We do Zoom calls and regular interactions on there. The Juice Man, you're great. I refer your method weekly. Fantastic. Thank you, Juice Man. And hopefully you can send people my way on my YouTube channel as well. Doug, hey Stu, how do you coach someone to increase clubhead speed? Natural tendency is default back to comfort zone. Yeah, I think, as we all know, Doug, when you get confidence in your golf game, you find speed anyway. When you think about over the time of tour players winning tournaments, and I've spent a decent amount of time around people like that, they always want to hit it hard when they're coming down the stretch. They're confident, full tilt, loads of speed, stretching it out. Says everything about what confidence does to you. So I would always say that if you keep on improving your dynamics, you keep on being efficient, your speed will go up without question. And that's why when we have, we do Monday Night Live on Precision Golf's channel. I used to stream it on mine, but we just do it on Precision Golf's now. And we have so many people talk about winter training and upping the speed. If you increase your speed, you better make sure that your dynamics and your body can cope with that. And that's why when people up their speed, invariably they then start hitting it more offline, because your speed will harmonize with you trying to keep it straight. So if you default to slower, it's because you're not keeping the ball in line. So as you get your dynamics better, your speed will increase, no doubt. Nicholas, thoughts on making sure I get good contact without thinning? I'm fighting a tendency to thin. Just apply more TheraBand, Nicholas. So just apply more TheraBand down through strike. Just do some drills where you get yourself into your posture, get the TheraBand flexed out, do a few where you just push the TheraBand and you feel that you then kink your wrists, both your arms go into wrist extension. That's the pressure on the grip that takes away all thinning. Most golfers do the opposite when they unload the golf club. Most golfers unload the golf club in this way. That would then look like this when I was doing the TheraBand drill. If you put pressure on the grip this way with palms down, that will take your thin away. But you need to make sure that you're pushing off of a good structure and good leg action that will help you reach the bottom. Because the last thing you want to do is push down and for everything to give way with it. That's why there needs to be energy going down and energy coming back up. When you do that, you'll never thin another shot. Hope that helps for you, Nicholas. Square chat, it was my end. Glad you're back in line now, square chat, hopefully. Paul, dude, I know I'm watching you now, never had lessons, been playing 4 years. Well, if you're a scratch golfer in 4 years, get yourself on the PGA Tour. Yeah, I know what sort of scratch golfer you are. King Louis, any tips for right-handed golfers with the wrong grip, right hand on top of... Look, there's a lot of merit in that. Any tips? If it's working, keep doing it. If you're battling, maybe try the other way around. That would be the easiest way without seeing you. DJ Horse 666, how to fix body too fast and put out of sequence. Well, that's normally because you're not pulling the golf club enough. Body too fast, if you got yourself a TheraBand, let's move the camera here. If you've got a TheraBand, and you held it out in front of you, get some tension on it, and then you pulled the TheraBand like you would in a golf swing. This is me pulling and my body rotation matching it. But if I then think about turning and not pulling, you can see how I turn quicker than my arms can pull. So if you were to do some of these drills, you would start to feel what it needs to be like as you pull from the top and the harmony of the pull and the chest. That will help your sequencing. Hope that helps. So I've got another 5 minutes or so. Happy to overrun. No particular time schedule if the questions keep coming in. DJ Horse, Lawrence Green. Hey Lawrence, when and how much do the arms raise in the backswing? So the arms want to start lifting by the time the club head and the grip get at the same height with each other. So when the club head and the grip get at the same height, that's when you'd want to start lifting the arms, because when you get the club head swinging over the top of the grip, that's when lifting the grip up will harmonize with the external rotation of the club head and shaft. So there's the arm lift, there's the pull. So that you get the club head swinging back and the grip pulling forwards. So once the club head and the handle get to the same height, that's when you want to start to encourage that arm lift. G. Douglas, my stock 7-iron speed is 98 miles an hour. Lucky you. Driver is 115. Would you recommend speed training over the winter? No. I'd recommend keep hitting it straight. You've got plenty of speed. When you start to get over 115, golf becomes more complicated. You're hitting it far enough. You're carrying it 300, no problem. Just work on better movement. The speed will continue to go up if you keep on improving your movement, but speed training is definitely not what you need. Doug, Barney agrees. Yeah, absolutely. Barney, do you agree? Come here. Sit down. Do you agree? Speak. Woof. 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 Speak. 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 Woof. Woof. Go on, speak. Woof. Woof. He thinks it's playtime, Doug. He thinks it's playtime. Speak. Woof. Woof. No. Got nothing. Well, that looks like all of the questions are dried up. Hopefully this has been insightful. I love these 1 hour lives. They're a lot of fun, and hopefully you get a lot out of them. Do hit the notification bell so you get to know when I come online. It'd be great to have more of you on next time. But those of you that have been here, truly value your time and your interactions. It's really, really great to hear. Have a great rest of the week. I might be online a bit later in the week, all being well, but do check out my video that's dropping in a couple of hours on the right shoulder, how the right shoulder works. It's crucial, and it will unlock so much in your downswing. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you agree that's good coaching.